to this new episode of Matchday World Cup show. So it's been a while, but we wanted to wait for the quarterfinals to end and to be settled, so we can exchange on all those, I don't know, like pure madness that happened. To be fair, so today we have with us Paulo representing Portugal, Ty representing Brazil and England, because unfortunately Steve could not make it today. I'm probably crying about the game of last night. Uh, then we have also Victor with us and Sahbi as well for the Netherlands. How you doing, boys?
Great.
Eh,
That's been great.
Can you hear me well?
yep.
Yeah.
You're the only one left, Stu.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear.
No, you can't hear
Can
us.
you hear us?
Give me a sec.
Okay.
So you guys can hear me well, yeah?
We can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you
Yeah,
perfectly.
okay, that means that's an issue on my end. Okay, give me a second. Right, Ty, if you can hear me, mate, you know what? I'm not going to brag too much right now. So time for me to fix my audio. I will leave the stage to you, right, to explain what happened first to Brazil and then to England as well. I want to sing this. You know this song, the French song, Ramener la coupe à la maison. But I don't want to
You
brag
still
too
got
much.
two
though,
games to
so-
go. You still got 2 games to
Hey,
go.
So
Still
let's
got
see
this
if we
one,
can
huh?
win
Still got
back-to-back
this
World
one.
Cups. But yeah, mate, tell us everything about. Oh, he brought the flag. He brought the
I
flag.
brought the
He
flag,
brought the
mate.
flag.
Like that. It's come
Okay,
out now.
okay,
We're
madness.
bumping.
Right, Tal, tell us everything.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna be back for the audio. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
no worries. First of all, Brazil. Well, we all watched the game. To be honest, do you know what? It's good because there's two different types of disappointment for me. I think with this Brazil game, when I watched it, I didn't think they were that great. I'm going to be honest. I think in the first half, I thought Modric, Kovacic, Brozovic, I thought they controlled the midfield. I think Lucas Paqueta, for me, kind of looked out of place. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I think when you play him in the pivot, I think that's where he went wrong. I think Tite, for me, should have played Bruno Guimaraes. I really do. I think if you have a midfielder in there that's able to get on the ball, able to be combative, as in get up and down the pitch, get tackling in. I just think he's the most all-round midfielder. So I think if you're going against a midfield like Croatia's, who can do a bit of everything, apart from maybe the creative side of things, I think he needed someone who's more positive in terms of the all-round side. I think Paqueta is more of a number 10, and I think he got found out. But Brazil, do you know what? It's one of them games that if you play Croatia 9 times out of 10, again, Brazil win that game. 15 shots. I know only 8 on target. I don't think Brazil had many clear-cut chances, but what they did have is a lot of half chances. And on another day, they were going in, and they didn't on the on Friday. And when they played, and Croatia stuck in it. I got to give credit to Croatia because I feel like their game plan was to take it deep. They knew that they probably wouldn't outplay Brazil, but they done what they needed to do. If they were going to win, it was have that one chance, one goal, drag Brazil into deep waters, and that's what they done. And then I think with the way they scored as well, going into a penalty shootout, scoring in the 119th minute or whatever it was, you then have the momentum going into the penalties. You're then upbeat going into the penalties. Yeah. Brazil, it was kind of like they couldn't believe they conceded, first of all. Marquinhos was dropping to the floor like he was crying like they had lost. They hadn't. But mentally, they went into that penalty shootout already feeling the extra time goal, and they couldn't save it. And do you know what? Credit to Croatia because they won the only way they could win, grinding it out, taking it deep. And Brazil, I'll be honest with you.
Wait, let me cut you here. That's a very interesting point because I checked one interesting stat that said Croatia hasn't won a knockout stage game in the World Cup since 1998.
There you go. Yeah. So they always drag it deep, and that's the way
1998,
they play.
Mate.
You see? And I'll be honest, I don't know how you guys think. When Neymar scored, I thought the game was done. I didn't see Croatia scoring. Obviously, like I said, they had no shot on target, and they do that at the end. Exactly. So Brazil will have a sour taste because they know they're better than Croatia. And I think it's worse going out when you've been the better side and you're one of the favourites. So I'm devastated for Brazil and Neymar.
And I was a bit surprised because in the during the pause after the first extra time, Brazil were celebrating like they were already through.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw Neymar hugging, etc. And
I was about to say Neymar like jumped on the arms of his teammate as well. Like, I know.
He even made changes. He even made 2 changes. He put some defenders also, a defender in a midfield, and then you only have to do one thing: keep the ball. And then how you concede an attack of Croatia being 4 Croatian guys against 3 Brazilians, and then the fourth one arriving, which is Marquinhos, and then he make their own goal. It's incredible.
Well, mate, I feel for Marquinhos, mate, because you know what? There's always us, you know, I'm a PSG fan, so we don't really understand why Neymar did not take that penalty before Marquinhos. And apparently, there's a rumor around the fact that Neymar wanted the last penalty to qualify his nation so he can get credit for it. So that's why I said to Marquinhos, go take that one. I'll take the next one. Whereas we all know that Neymar, for penalties, mate, he's clinical. He's scoring all the penalties.
Yeah,
so he should have taken that one. You know what I mean? Like, and now Marquinhos is devastated. He's like traumatized.
What?
And
own goal, and missing, not own goal, deflection.
Bro.
And the penalty. So for him, in that space of 5 minutes,
he's our captain. Like, we're gonna have him back completely twisted, man.
Yeah.
You know,
and I agree with what Victor said as well. The fact that, like, you see that clip of Neymar going around now where he's saying to the midfielders, like, why did you go up? Like, you got Fred who comes on, and me and Paolo know that, yes, he's good at the pressing game and pinching the ball back, but why are you getting into the final third when you've got 2 minutes to see out the game? Leaving a transition of 4v3, and Croatia are not that quick. We know that. If you have 6 players back, you're comfortable. They literally gave it to Croatia and said, you know what? We don't believe that you can score. They did.
Yeah, and there you are. How you can even try to make a second goal when you only need to keep the ball, and they go all on offense, and then they leave 3 people behind them. So you know it's a big mistake, and they paid it. You know, Croatia all the time struggled around the game. Dominic, the goalkeeper, Livakovic, was amazing. The whole match, you know. And even Neymar did a great match, you know. Not all the time, but really appearing in the middle and creating the spaces and creating some actions in the middle. So it was nice from his side. But, you know, Brazil did his thing, but they made a big mistake and they paid it.
And the right back of Croatia, he really impressed me.
Yeah, he plays for Celtic as well, you know, so he's definitely getting the move.
Exactly.
Well, we kicked off straight away with the quarterfinals, but actually we forgot before speaking about the quarterfinals that a nation has been kicked out from the World Cup before reaching out the quarterfinals. And this man here changed football kits. He's now wearing a black Real Madrid kit instead of a Spain kit. And his name is Victor. Talk to us, man. What happened?
I'm wearing Lucas. I'm rooting for my guy, man. That's all.
Bro, what you know, you guys...
nah, but... You know, I even
started to be one of the.
Oh, is he doing one?
I think so.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying you guys were considered almost the favorites of the competition. It's been a big shock for everyone to see Spain going out.
When we make the predictions against Germany, I said 1-1, and then I said this is our first exam, and I don't believe we are having real rivals in front of us. And then the first rival, the first enemy that make a really war, the match become a war, and then they start defending like there were no other day. We are always struggling with this kind of teams that they are defending, they are compact, they don't leave any space in the middle, and as I told you, we didn't have any alternative on the bench. All our players were the same. All of them, they were playing for the same structure, the same system, and looking for the same, and there was no alternative. So the only alternative you put on the field is Nico for going a little bit more on the sides, but then you put out Morata, who is the striker. So makes no sense. If you're gonna look for the wins, then you need to have a player on the area. Why do you put Morata out? So we struggled down the whole match, and we deserve to be kicked out. And then seeing the 3 penalties, those 3 penalties, man.
Another 2 PSG
once out in the match.
Another 2 PSG players that missed penalties: Carlos Soler and Sarabia.
Man, Sarabia. When Sarabia was called by Luis Enrique during the previous 2 years, he was playing 60 matches with Sporting Lisbona, and he was making great matches in Portugal. And now this year, how many minutes has he played during the year? Maybe 100 minutes during the whole year.
Yeah, a lot.
Carlos Soler, how many minutes he's playing?
No, like he's playing more and more.
They are really great shooters. So Sarabia didn't miss a penalty before. Carlos Soler, we saw him making 3 on a single match against Real Madrid. In the same day, he made 3. So the guy is really good at it. But during the other day was incredible. And then Sergio Busquets, I never saw him kicking a penalty before. Never.
So you know,
maybe it was a
apparently,
surprise. I got a friend saying, "You know what we have to do? Is
no,
changing the
bro.
goalkeeper." And I said, "But the other two, I don't know if they are good at the penalties." And they said, "No
Luis
matter.
Enrique,
You surprise your enemy."
Luis Enrique, straight after decided to obviously quit. And also, loads of Spanish fans said we lost because our national team was almost the Barca team. Obviously, most of the people saying
No.
this, they are Real Madrid fans. I don't know if it's an excuse or not, but it's just that what is the general feeling in Spain about this big shock?
Well, the feeling is that Luis Enrique should leave because
Mm.
you never have an excuse to lose in the 8 finals against Morocco. There's no excuse. I'm sorry. Your guys, they are almost on the level of stars, and then you're doing anything against them. The play of Spain is being down in the last 3 years the same. So many. This is being so boring. I'm sorry, this is not a problem about the World Cup. This is a problem that comes from really previous years. Spain has been playing the same for the last maybe 10 years or 12 years. And when you got Xavi, Iniesta, Villa, and Piqué, and all those are Barcelona players. So I tell you, that's not the matter. You make an incredible game. But when you're playing with guys that got 1,000 minutes in the first division, or they are not Xavi and Iniesta, which is far away from any of them, so it's impossible to make the same play.
What did you
You
say
need to
about
change.
Morocco? What did you say about Morocco? Like you say, you shouldn't obviously lose against Morocco,
I
but
said it.
yeah. But what are your thoughts around this Morocco team? Like, do you
But
think they deserve it? Do you think they deserve to be here as well?
obviously, they deserve it, man. And they deserve even the victory the other day. For sure. They make a huge match against Portugal. And I've been
Yeah, we're
saying
gonna
this
talk
during the
about
whole
this in
World
a
Cup,
second.
I've been saying Morocco is a great team. They are compact. They make every match a war. It's Atletico de Madrid in football, in national teams right now. And
Mm.
they deserve the win because they got their chances. They make a goal or a couple of them. They know their football. They know what they have to do. And you have incredible players playing in Morocco. So Boufal, Sijic, during the weekdays, those guys on the clubs, they're playing another football. They're not running behind anyone. They are the creative ones. And now during these days, they are fighting every ball, and it's amazing
Mm.
to see them. I love to see
Yeah,
them.
talking about Morocco, Paulo came as a big shock as well. After defeating Spain, they came to you guys, and bro, like Ronaldo, the way he left the pitch as well, crying in the tunnel. People were like a bit shocked. I don't know what's the general feeling as well in Portugal, but we were expecting him to stay at least a little bit on the pitch with the youngsters to help them getting through this as well. And then he just left crying in the tunnel. What's happening? Tell us
Well,
about
it's
this.
obviously a lot of emotion in it. I mean, it's his last World Cup clearly, so you
Mm.
can expect that sort of reaction. I don't think the thing is, I keep seeing a lot of like pundits and people kind of cussing him out, saying that he should be on the pitch with the players, and that. But
Yep.
I'm thinking, big man, this is your last World Cup. He's gonna react that way. It's only natural,
Mm.
man. Like this was probably, and I don't want to say it was an easy route, but the easiest route in comparison to previous years to get to the final. And for him to come on in the second half, I thought he was a threat when he came on. And look, we had a poor game, man. And it's not that type of game where we say we were that good. We weren't that good, man. Like first half, the sloppy passing, no creativity in midfield. But Fernando Santos, again, I need to question this guy's lineup again. You're playing Otavio, a player who, for me, you got to play in games where it's 50-50 possession. He's good off the ball, good on the ball. But for me, you need creativity in midfield. I would have played a defensive midfielder because you need another body in the box as well for corners and set pieces. Those were vital against Morocco. They were going to sit deep most of the game. You need good crosses. Most of the crosses even get past the first man. Bruno's crosses were poor. Delo was poor. Everyone was poor, man. But that was the worst Bernardo Silva game I've ever seen in my life. He kept losing the ball.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I couldn't. I was shocked. That was Bernardo Silva on the pitch. But
Mm.
not starting Leao in any game is criminal. It's criminal.
Yeah.
Like against Morocco,
Yeah.
you need pace. And when he came on, he was sending
Dangerous.
their fullbacks Tesco. I'm telling you, he was sending them. And you needed to start him in this game. Pace, directness was going to trouble their back four. And it did when he came on, but it was too late, man. It was too late. Pepe misses not a sitter, but it was a good chance at the end of the game.
Get it on target, it's a goal.
Have you
Yeah.
seen that picture of the Moroccan player kissing the head of
Kissing
Pepe?
the-
as
Yeah, I
well?
saw that. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, and but I think we weren't good enough. You know, Morocco deserved it. They're so organized, and they reminded me of Portugal in 2016 when we beat France in the final. We just sat deep the whole game, very organized, and it was like I felt like I was just watching Portugal from 2016, which is it's not a bad thing at all. You know, people were talking about Portugal how they didn't deserve it in 2016, but that's how we played, how Morocco did in this whole tournament.
What do you think, Paolo? Because obviously it's understandable, logical thinking. Goncalo Ramos comes in, scores a hat trick for the start. Obviously, you could on paper, but because you knew the way Morocco were going to play, I think, like you said, sitting deep, trying to get some crosses in. Sometimes you just need a poach or someone can get it in the goal from inside the box. Would you, despite Ronaldo's form, would you have started him in that type of game?
Look, for me, I said it in the beginning of the game. I wouldn't have mind seeing Ronaldo start that game because you do need someone who's good in the air, and he is an aerial threat.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, in that first half, we didn't create anything. Second half, he comes on a few more chances. You know, aerially, he got one shot on target as well from a through ball. I don't remember who it was from. I probably would have started him, but I wouldn't mind have seen him in the front two with Ramos. Which he didn't do. I questioned him not starting perhaps a Pellegrini or a William because that's another extra body in the box. And you could see as well, Ruben Neves was playing that deep lying role.
I think he had a poor World Cup, Neves. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he did. But you know what? As well, he would have been a lot better if he was in front of a defensive midfielder, and he would have had more of a role to get involved in creation. He kept dropping, deep, playing that deep line, deep playmaking role. And for me, look, you should have started another body. Pellegrini is a tall player. William, another tall player. And after that 6-1 battering against Switzerland, you know, it's understandable you're going to start some of the same players, but Otavio, again, he shouldn't have started him in this game. Cancelo should have started this game as well. Rafael Guerreiro was non-existent in this game. You needed a player who can drift the midfield, break down their defense. Cancelo, when he came on again, a threat when he came on from the left. Santos has got to take some blame here, you know.
This is where I think World Cup football is so crucial, and managers can sometimes get caught up with like how it is in club football. Yeah, because with World Cup football, I do agree with you in terms of like you play Switzerland and you beat them off the park. However, Morocco is a completely different type of fixture. They weren't going to come at you like Switzerland did. So you have to sort of, I believed in the World Cup, you have to play the fixture, even if someone's on good form or someone scores a hat trick or someone does well like Octavio. Yeah, I get it. Like they've done well, but play the fixture. I can understand if Octavio come out, and I can believe if Cancelo come in, you play what's going to suit beating Morocco. At the end of the day, World Cup's a team game. You have 7 games and you're in the final. And I do think Fernando Santos got it wrong, and I think he stuck too much to, we beat Switzerland 6-1, so don't change an unbroken team like they do in club football. But the World Cup's different,
you can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that. Like in this game, you saw it straight away. Otavio, like there was no creation in midfield, nothing through midfield. And did you guys notice as well? Pepe, he kept trying to play through the lines from the back, kept losing the ball. The striker kept blocking it, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, there's nothing there. You know what I mean? And I thought, I'm telling you, everyone was poor, man. I don't remember anyone having a good game. You know, I thought it was right to bring Leao on, but he should have came on way earlier, man. Way earlier.
Is there any reports down Portugal that like Santos's job's under threat? Like we see Enrique leave straight away, or
apparently they're expected that he'll get sacked within the next few days. I mean, you know what? I don't even want to disrespect this manager because I have seen, and this is the difference though. In the last couple of years, people have disrespected him for being too pragmatic, and in this tournament, he has tried to play more attacking with the lineup. But there's a lack of balance there. You can't keep playing Neves, Bernardo, and Bruno in midfield when they're not defensive midfielders. You need defensive stability. Do you know what I mean? And you need that height in the box as well, which was vital to yesterday against Morocco. You needed another body in the box. How many crosses do we put into the box? So many. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
No, that's bro. You know what? I said at the beginning of the competition, Portugal were my favorites to win it. So you guys let me down. So I feel for you. I feel for you as well. I feel for Cristiano as well. I see a lot of hate around what's happened to him. I think that's not fair for what he's managed to achieve for this sport in general, but not only individually. But it's just that it's just sad to see him leave like this. You know.
What do you think, Sabi, as well? Because I was just gonna. Sorry. Oh, probably. Do you want to say something?
No, it's cool. Go on.
I was gonna say, Sabi. Obviously, I see you got the Moroccan flag. Then I think it's only right. As much as we talk about Portugal, you've got to give credit to Morocco on the same side of it. But obviously, I see you got the Moroccan flag there. What's it been like?
Yeah, he's bragging now because he knows what happened to the Netherlands. We'll talk about this in a second. So he switched countries today, actually.
I was always both, but Netherlands had a better chance
I'm
to
joking. I'm joking.
advance,
I'm
and
joking.
of course, but of course, Morocco they played brilliantly. I mean, they were so well organized. I was a bit surprised Ronaldo didn't play because the only way you can definitely beat Morocco is by aerial duels. I mean, you can't get through. You can't get through with this team,
Mm,
and you, I mean, speed won't help because they're so close. The
compact.
players are
Yeah.
playing so close to each other. I mean, the only way you can win is by long crosses, and that's why I was a bit surprised Ronaldo wasn't playing. But I mean, if I have to look at Morocco, uh, perfectly organized defensively, well, even though they missed two starters at the back, Mazraoui didn't play because he was sick, and Aguerd was injured. But yeah, their coach is also a hell of a motivator. He
Mm,
united this team. They were first all islands. I mean, some don't even talk Moroccan language. The others can't talk English, all French.
true.
But he made it one team, and we should not forget the home crowd. I mean,
Mm.
crazy madness,
It's a bit
madness.
of a home advantage to be fair. It's like the
Exactly.
Argentina game. The Argentina game, we need to talk about this as well
Yeah.
because there was no one from the Netherlands like in the
40,
stands. It was just a little patch of orange
Yeah.
fans, and the
1400,
the entire
1400.
stadium was
I
just
felt like
Argentinian fans.
it was Brazil, Argentina, and Morocco had the biggest fan
Yeah,
base in this World
yeah,
Cup.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it even from the TV, it's just them,
And
yeah.
Brazil.
and
Mm.
it's like a home advantage, like you said.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
definitely home advantage, and I have to say, it's the I mean the Moroccan Football Association helped the fans as well by giving away tickets, but
Mm.
also the the,
Oh, good.
the but also the Emir of Qatar, he helped out Morocco as well. He wanted to bring a bit of more of African support, and
Mm,
he gave away a lot of tickets. So hence the reason why the stadium is really packed, which I expect
mm.
as well in the in the semifinals
Yeah,
against the
plus,
Saints.
bro, plus, all the kind of Arab countries like this, they obviously now they're backing up Morocco, right?
Yeah,
You see,
yeah,
my mates, they are Tunisians. My dad is Algerian, so we obviously have a soft spot for Morocco. So you have Saudi Arabia now backing up Morocco. You have
yeah,
Qatar backing up Morocco. So all
yeah,
those countries they're now all backing
exactly.
up Morocco as well.
All Africa, so
Yeah,
everybody's very all
Senegal,
and and
Cameroon, like all of them.
and they have the underdog status, which means that a lot of countries are
Yes,
supporting them. So,
very true.
and they got the backing, they feel the trust, and I mean, I'm especially yeah, convinced of and impressed by one specific player besides Amrabat, Ziyech, and Hakimi, but
Mm,
Unai, the number 8 in midfield.
yes.
Yeah.
Man, and he plays for Angers, like a simple
Oh, in
French
France.
in France. Yeah, he plays in
Oh.
Angers,
France,
Angers,
and,
yeah.
and I
The other
expect
day,
the transfer. I expect
Luis
the transfer.
Enrique even said that he didn't know who was it after the game.
Yeah,
He even
Mm.
dared to say that,
and he was
He,
impressed. He was impressed by him.
man.
Yeah, he is such a great player, and just 21 years old. So he's a player to watch. But yeah, altogether the whole team did perfectly well, and it's still a young team, so we can expect a lot of them in the upcoming years. So yeah, crazy madness also in Amsterdam, all over the world, and you have to see the scenes.
Okay,
Ridiculous.
talking about madness in Amsterdam, how was Amsterdam after the Netherlands Argentina game, bro? Because
Wow.
like this last second free kick was
Yeah,
I lost it, man.
Amazing.
yeah,
I
like I was
couldn't
in front of my
relate.
madness,
TV
madness.
and I was
But
like,
but I have to say, in comparison with the other World Cups, this World Cup didn't really pick up a lot in the Netherlands because of the
Mm.
media coverage, like trying to
what happened
get
with this as well? The
yeah.
celebration, the Messi said, what was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I mean, everybody in the Netherlands now hates Messi. He's public enemy number one at this
Well,
moment. Really public because he insulted also the coach.
yeah, yeah.
He insulted the coach. He insulted the players. I mean, it was madness. And the referee was a flop. He couldn't
Oh,
control the game at all. So many yellow cards. I mean, and at the end, a red card for one of our players, Dumfries.
Yep.
Uh,
Mm,
but yeah, he couldn't handle the
I'm sorry.
pressure. And if I had to say, I mean, the player that who was Rodrigo de Paul probably who shot the ball against the bench.
Yes.
That should have been a red card.
I think it was Paredes. It was
Yeah,
Paredes.
Paredes, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Paredes.
yeah.
I mean, that was man, and that shocked every player. And since then, it was a war on the pitch. And after the game as well, I mean, there was a lot of fighting. If certain officials didn't like came in between, it was
like in the tunnel, in the dressing room and stuff.
in the tunnel. Yeah, and you saw
Yeah.
Messi. You saw Messi screaming and cursing at
Yeah,
the host.
live on TV as
No, he
well.
said, "Calla, bobo."
Yeah.
Yes.
Bobo,
Yeah,
indeed.
of course.
Yeah.
Do you know what,
Yeah.
Sabi? I wanted to ask you about the game because for me, watching it as a neutral, when the game got to the 80th minute, I thought it was done. I'll be honest with you, but I
Yeah,
like the way Van
we all
Gaal
did,
changed
yes.
it. He went old school. He went 2 6-foot+ strikers and said, right, long ball. And you were
Long
causing
ball.
him trouble. You got obviously the first goal, great header from Weghorst. And then you got the second goal, which he's done for Werder Bremen before, which was a brilliantly worked free kick. 'Cause if it doesn't work,
Yeah,
everyone's going to say, why did you shoot? But it worked. But
Yeah.
Sabi, I want to see what your thoughts are because I was watching it with a couple of my friends. As soon as you got the equalizer and it went to extra time, you then changed your style of what you were doing in the last 10 minutes at work
Yes.
to then go back to like what you done for the first 70 minutes. And I was like, you've got the momentum. What have you done? So
We were
what did
all,
you think? Yeah, what did you think?
We were
of
all
that?
surprised. We were all surprised. I mean, it was the perfect formula. Play with your forwards, high balls, long crosses, and you get and you get dangerous. You get danger on the pitch. But no, they tried to lie deep again, and that's basically where they created their chances. Although there weren't a lot of chances in this game, they did got a lot of possession, but not a lot of chances. But the first goal, of course, that's Messi creativity.
But even the last 5 minutes in the extra time, you were clinging on. They had like 3 corners in a row. They hit the post and stuff like that. But I just think you lot went through exactly the wrong approach.
I was surprised. I was surprised as well. I mean, we lacked creativity because we took out all of our creative players. But eventually, if you play the long ball with 2 very long strikers and the real pinch hitters able to score a goal with a header, why change? Why change tactics? And I think that
Weghorst is massive.
Yeah,
That guy is massive.
That hurts us a lot.
The only big man Argentina got in defense at that time was Otamendi. The rest of them, they are little.
They brought on the centre back as well. But
all your players are like 20 centimeters more than the Argentina ones. So you putting the ball there. You know, they were nervous. You could see it during the last 10 minutes. The Argentinian players, they were playing in the middle when they were pressing, just trying to catch the player, not the ball, arriving in late. And then after, when they put the high balls, they were like, you know, shaking the defenders. Every action, every ball, even arriving in the middle with no danger at all. So look, the last fall, the fall that drew the match, that fall, the ball arrives from anywhere, is in the middle, is coming from the sky, there's no danger at all. And then the Argentinian defender arrives, kicks the other, and get the fall. So no sense at all.
No, but at the end, I think the last 10 minutes, they probably went for penalties, whilst Argentina wanted to get that goal as soon as possible. You saw them with the corner kicks, the free kicks. They tried to push, and we only started to defend and defend. Yeah, I mean, it was too late.
I have to say that the penalty shootouts were, bro, that was a madness. Like Martinez was on fire. Big credit to. He behaved like a proper big man. Is Virgil van Dijk? He took the first one. He took the first one.
As a captain,
you know, he's the captain. He was like, you know, that's my responsibility. Let me take the first one. I don't know how it works, but obviously the manager is giving the order of the penalty shooters. But mate, I'm telling you, like, Martinez was on smoke, man.
Great saves. And the Van Dijk penalty, it wasn't a bad penalty. Like, it was a penalty, you know.
And funny thing is, the Netherlands, I mean, Van Gaal gave homework to all of his players to practice the whole year on penalties. And the fact that our current goalkeeper, Noppert, was chosen as first keeper is because he was selected because he was tested as best penalty killer from all the keepers. So he already thought about the penalties, etc. But apparently, as you can see, it remains a lottery. It remains a lottery.
And you know, just after Spain was kicked out from the World Cup with Morocco in the penalty kicks, you know, they were saying in the press, like Luis Enrique ordered all the players, like the homework throwing 1,000 penalties during the
Yep.
year before arriving to the World
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the Moroccan press was nothing about it. And
Mm.
also the French press, I guess. And well,
No, yeah,
everyone
because
who could
obviously
do
when you
that.
You
train
can
them, and you
practice as much
say
as you want. You get to the World Cup,
exactly.
it's
All in
different
the
type of
mind.
pressure.
It's all a mind.
Now you can
mind
practice
thing,
that,
yeah.
with the stadium, with the ambience in the World Cup, you can practice.
So
Never.
random, man. So random, unfortunately. But mate, I'm telling you, like it came as a big. I'd say, you know what, the Argentina, what they're playing now, Croatia game will be something. We'll talk about this after. But
France
now,
now. France,
now
England.
we're
We need to
coming.
give some credit to
Wait,
Argentina.
wait. We're coming to the only one of us remaining in the competition.
Not for long. Not for long. Eh? Not
I
for
don't
long.
know how.
Hey, be careful, be
Oh.
careful. You
Hey,
see, you'll be
You're
surprised.
all with us, man.
I
Ty.
is mad.
Ty, you're with this, right? You're with this, right?
I'm rooting for you, Sub.
Ty. You know what? In the morning when we were at Soccer AM, we met
Yeah.
with the boys at Soccer AM, like everyone, like the ex-football players, like the fans and everyone. We did the score prediction thing. We're saying 2-1 England, 3-1 England, 2-1, 3-1 England. Nah, there's only Mbappe in this team. Nah, Koundé is dead. The other players are dead. It's only about Mbappe. It's only about Mbappe. I said, you guys are making a big mistake. You are focusing too much on Mbappe. And that's exactly what you did.
Yep. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gutted. I sat there for about 10 minutes after the full-time whistle, like, oh my word. I had a few of my friends over as well. And like do you know what? It is such a missed opportunity. And I'm gonna give credit to France. Obviously, you scored your 2 goals that was needed and you got through. Tournament know-how, sort of that grit of France grinding it out, it got you through. But England were the better team. They should have had a penalty with Harry Kane in the first half. I'm not even use that as an
We'll
excuse.
discuss the ref
Yeah, we'll
decision
discuss the ref
after.
after.
Don't
But
worry,
okay,
don't
in
worry.
general, as an England fan, devastated. I don't think it would have got any easier. And no disrespect to Morocco, but Morocco in a semi-final of a World Cup. We had the 2018 semi-final against Croatia. We went 1-0 up, lost that. We had the Euro final. We went 1-0 up against Italy, didn't get the second goal, lost that. We then got in France, and yes, we went 1-0 down, but we got the game back at 1-0, and we were the better team in the second half. And I just feel like, again, England's optimism kills you. Every tournament, I've been watching tournaments properly that I remember for 20 years now, from 02 to now. And you always get that optimism and a bit of faith. And I even said to you, Stu, and you guys, we've never gone into a game against like a France or anyone like that with this much
It was a
belief.
big test for you.
Yep.
The first
Yeah, it was
big
a big
test
test.
for you.
First big
Yeah.
test. But like you said, you went to Soccer AM and you got fans saying that England are going to win. Normally we're
Yeah,
like,
no, everyone was hyped, bro. They was saying it's
Exactly.
coming home for Christmas. It's coming
Bro,
home for Christmas.
Exactly.
Blah,
Like
blah, blah.
you think
Bro.
like this was our semi-final in our head. We thought Morocco in our head couldn't do it again. So if we beat France, we would be enough. We'd have enough to beat Morocco. So it's just a missed opportunity. And I don't think England are going to have an easy opportunity than the last 4 years have had in 3 tournaments. Other teams are going to improve. And it's just a real gutting feeling because I don't think France is that great. I do think we were better on a balance of play.
Yeah.
Our subs, would have gone into extra time. And Harry Kane, Mr. Faultless from penalty spots.
There you go.
And,
Because
he's
you
caused-
guys were obviously discussing the ref's decisions, and I you know what? I will be real. The ref was a bit dodgy for
Yeah.
you guys, but for us as well. Not only for you. I've spotted quite a few clear fouls for England that have not, they've not been taken, and I
So-
was actually surprised as well. But on our end as well, it was a bit dodgy, man. It was all over the place. But
Yeah.
it's not the refs' fault
No. Bro.
if Kane missed that
Kane,
opportunity.
this is
that
it.
pen.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, exactly.
Harry Kane. He has his moment. He scores from the penalty spot in the first penalty. And I'm thinking, right, second one. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was going to miss. I know he's clinical, but Lloris in his head was really trying to psych him out and get into his head. And you know what? Harry Kane for once overthought it. He had too long to wait when the ref blew the whistle.
Yep.
He was thinking he's already scored one, and taking that second penalty is always hard. And this is World Cup football. You don't get another shot at it. And I think if we score that penalty, we go on to win. But as soon as that penalty was missed, I just went on my sofa and I literally was like slumped in a chair, didn't talk for the next 15 minutes. It was over. And that's the story. And that's the story of this game. Like, you know what I mean?
During the second half, let me give you my point of view now. During the second half, I think there's been like 20 minutes where the possession was 73% for England during like 20 minutes, full 20 minutes. we've been really clumsy defensively. We've been lucky, obviously, with the ref's decision because obviously what happened, our defender, May, I'm telling you, Konate needs to come in. Like I'm
Yeah,
like,
Upamecano is so dodgy.
Upamecano, man, he was so clumsy, man. He was all over the place. I was shaking, Even Griezmann was great. Don't get me wrong, but because of the defensive effort that he was willing to do, he was also a bit clumsy as well, and he was on a yellow. So I was like, mate, next one he will be out, and then he will change the game completely. You guys dominated with the possession. You had plenty of occasions. We've been more clinical than you. We waited for you. We waited for the occasions, and the experience and the fact that we've been more clinical just helped us, man. It's just the
Tournament
fact that
football,
that's the way it is.
You know what the thing is as well, though. In previous tournaments, England have gone out, and England fans have not been that impressed with the performance. But this is that one game where you were impressed with the performance.
Trust me,
So
Paolo,
it hurts. It hurt them. But one thing I will say as well is that Southgate in these substitutions, my God, oh my God.
Even me, bro. When I saw Grealish 90th minute.
Couldn't believe
even
it.
taking off. Do you know what? Taking off Saka that Hernandez was having trouble with all game.
Yeah,
and
no disrespect to Raheem Sterling. Yeah,
he's not even played for 2 games. And he's been poor for Chelsea. He's been poor for England.
He's probably jet lagged. He's coming back from London. Like,
honestly,
you know what I mean?
Awful decision from Southgate. I actually thought that was like the nail in the coffin. It's kind of gone behind the scenes. I think it's well mentioned.
Rashford,
that game was there. Rashford 7 minutes. He had 7 minutes. Like,
Rashford should have came on literally 65th minute at least.
Yeah.
At least he would have troubled Koundé. He would have that pace would have troubled him, man. I'm telling you, would have troubled him.
mean,
This guy doesn't know what he's doing.
England already grabbed France by their throat in the second half.
Yeah.
You should have pushed, and you would definitely.
The game was there for the taking. I don't feel like France won the game. I feel like we've come away and we've lost the game.
You lost the game.
Even the foul on Mason Mount by Hernandez was like a useless foul because there was no danger whatsoever.
That was so
it's just
poor.
that we were panicking. Like we were literally panicking. Like, we were all over the place. We were suffocated like this, as you said. And even the players, they were panicking, and that's a dumb foul. I'm sorry, but
Southgate
there was no threat at all.
But Southgate was thinking in a match who was 1-1. The match was drawn till the 78th. So he was thinking on a draw match, and he was doing the conservative thing he's doing every time. The same changes, no changes on the schema. It's always the same. A midfield for a midfield, no position changes, nothing changed as always.
Henderson
he's thinking that he's drawing the match 1-1 against France, the world champion.
Yeah,
so,
he could have moved Foden into the number 10 and then brought Rashford on and then gone 4-2-3-1 and gone more attacking, because I think Foden, for me, brilliant player, by the way, brilliant. But he was quiet yesterday out wide. We need him central.
After the match, I totally agree with you. He needed to be more offensive when he got the ball, when he got the chances, because during the second time, as Stu was saying right now, you were really overcoming France. So the match was almost only England, with the defensive effort from France, who was really serious, and even defending France with 3 touches wasn't the goal of the England defenders. Was trying to make a goal, just 3 touches, and France was on the offense. So they were too fast, too sharp in the defense of the England. So
just
they were creating some problems also, in my opinion.
Just a quick one. After they scan the QR code on your screen right now, get involved with the score prediction battle as well. You can win player cards. They have a special edition for the World Cup. Big up to Matchday, and also create your FanFest account to be part and get involved in the chat.
Big up Swell as well. I can see his comments there.
Yeah, big up Swell.
Yeah,
he's teasing you now. Is that they're going home for Christmas and what I mean?
Probably
another great player.
But do you know why Swell is like this, bro? It's because you guys talk too much before as well. I'm sorry,
Stu. I feel it in you. I feel it in you that you're relieved as well. You're not even coming on here and you're like, you know what, we deserve to win this. We've done this. I feel like you're happy that that's over, because that shows. Even
halftime whistle. Right? I was like, blow the whistle. We need a brief now.
Yeah.
Even at halftime. So trust me, man. I don't know. Like it was. I wouldn't say it was a lucky one, because we did the job and the result was the one we were.
France won that game.
There you go.
Really getting out of third gear.
There you go. There
really.
you go.
You know, like France
Imagine.
could have taken it to a whole nother level.
I
There
don't
you
think
go.
Paolo. I don't think they could have. I don't think this France team's that good. I think
Yeah.
that was France's first proper test. You could say this World Cup.
Yeah, it was.
And they just really their midfield, everything, just come up quite short. And I just
I
don't.
have to agree.
I told you the
Ty.
midfield.
I have to agree
I
with
told
Ty.
you our
I
midfield will
don't
be
think
our
this France
weakness.
team's that good.
Yeah.
Weakness,
I think
yeah,
Gear
but
3 is their best.
but it would have been even more of a weakness if he would have taken off Henderson and put Foden in midfield. Like he
That
would
should
have
have
exposed
should
that
happen.
midfield
That
Yeah.
should have
even
happened.
more, and he didn't do it.
Because
So
I haven't
this is-
seen.
Okay,
I
Ty,
mean,
do you think he's going to get sacked now?
I actually think he's going to be able to decide on his own leisure just because
Yeah.
the man of the defeat.
Well,
'Cause-
according to the latest news and also the interviews that is provided after the game, I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I think he's
Yeah, I
gonna
think
stay.
his contract actually runs to the next Euros.
No. Even this,
2024.
bro. He was like, well, it's been many years now. We are top of the world class elite football because we're reaching out the quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals every time. We have a young generation, young talents that are coming
that's
up as
true.
well.
That's true.
So
But one
he's
thing I
willing.
will say, I
Yeah.
will say is that in previous tournaments he has gone to a back five and he didn't in this game.
Mm.
So he was well aware that he needed to make a change, and you should expect that in the next tournament that he should be a bit more, proactive and a bit more attacking, shall we say? But
He
You
has
know
the
what?
tools.
You
He
guys,
has
you
the
guys
tools
were
available.
too confident. In my opinion, Ty, we approached that game with a lot of humility, paying attention to your previous performances in this World Cup. We were like, be careful. England is quality, is a quality side. Okay, we are holding the title and everything, blah blah blah. But be careful to England. So we were not bragging or being overconfident
you
or
wasn't.
anything. No, we were not. We were, you guys were a real threat to us, and but you guys were more like feeling the all the surprises that happened during this World Cup. You were like the hype was here. You won the previous game quite comfortably as well. Plus, you had those guys from I'm not going to mention this newspaper in England, but they were projecting pictures of your players in front of the Eiffel Tower on the wall saying King Kyle instead of King Killian. It's coming home with a big picture of Marcus Rashford or whatever.
Yes,
like teasing us.
That's what we do. We get too excited and we haven't even won anything since
Banter.
1966.
Bro, we watched this. We were like, okay, hold on a minute. Let them talk. Yeah, even Kai Walker in press conferences and stuff he spoke a lot, man.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? That's fine. Don't worry.
Even the clip of Mbappe and Henderson. Have you seen the clip? Mbappe tried shaking Henderson's hand before the game. Henderson
and he
tried
ignored
being
him.
like Roy
ignored
Keane
him.
and ignoring
Yeah.
him.
Ignored
And
him.
I thought-
And then you had the face-to-face between Walker and Mbappe. The speed test on the side. And Walker, I'm sorry, Walker was,
he was.
that's the way it is.
That thing,
So
What an action.
you know,
we
I
don't
wonder
speak
about
off the pitch. We speak on the pitch. That's it.
I just wonder about this England team, and I read a tweet the other day. The same thing with the Portugal squad. Before, like, you would have these players like Lampard and Gerrard and all of these players who are born winners. They wanted to win. I wonder, and it's the same with the Portuguese side. I feel like, you got a lot of young talent there, but do you actually have the people like, even back then? You talk about the likes of Rui Costa, Pepe back in his day, Carvalho. Even Quaresma, who didn't have a great career at club level, but he was a winner, Nani as well. Like, do these players actually want it? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's
I get you.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there might be a unity there. You might all get along in that, but do you actually, like, when things go wrong, are you going to be the ones to step up? Because
I actually feel like Bellingham might be the only one out of this new crop that can do that. I feel like he's got a sense of very mature for 19 years of age. And come the next World Cup, 23, 24, I feel like he could be like an England captain. I think out of all of them,
definitely.
they're good. I think they're good footballers, ability-wise, these youngsters. But I don't see them as very vocal. Like Foden and Saka, they're quite quiet. They just go about their football. Rashford as well. Like, I think when things get going, they kind of might go into their shell. Whereas Bellingham is a bit like Henderson, where he's like on the pitch, like trying to get them going. But you need more than one, I think, when it comes to tournament football. And I think that's where Argentina have actually struggled in the past. People say Messi is a captain. He's not actually very vocal. He's there because he's the best player, but he's not the captain. Whereas Henderson,
without Messi, that Argentina team does not even make calls,
they're not. Do you know what I mean? But even when it comes to Argentina struggling, when we've watched them in the tournament like we have, when they are struggling, Messi's not really vocal on the pitch to get them going. He pulls them out with magic on his feet. But you need a leader on the pitch who's vocal. And Henderson has actually brought that to England in this tournament. I thought he was good. But other than him, I look at that squad and not really. Pickford shouts around, but he does that in the Prem. Paulo, we know that's what he does at Everton.
Yeah,
He's a
he
bit
does
of
that
a-
every year. Yeah.
But he's not like
Yeah.
a leader.
Same
So
with Kane. Same with Kane.
yeah, he's not
you
very
know?
much. He's not a leader. So I just
Yeah.
feel like England could struggle in that department. And I think from this whole tournament, it is definitely a missed opportunity. We're talking 3 tournaments in a row now. We could have had the games by the scruff of the neck. I'm not saying in 2018 we would have beat France in the final, but on paper, we've seen it. Morocco, 90 minutes, anything can happen. And again, England are just falling short. And I think these players will be coming home. And mentally, it's going to be tough for them getting back into club football and having to return, especially like Kane, seeing Lloris in maybe a week or two's time if he wins the World Cup and he's like, I psyched you out in that penalty. Like, he's got that personal thing with him.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
nice, man. So, yeah, do you know what? Credit to France, but I really am gutted for this England team. I thought we were a better team. It's a missed opportunity.
I think
Southgate
we
sub.
have a special guest for you, Ty, that wants to say a little something. Obviously, that's a special occasion as well. So I think he wants to sing a little song to you, bro.
Big up,
How you
Swell,
doing,
man.
guys?
Big up, Swell. Welcome to the
That's
show,
it.
bro. What do you want to sing? That they're going home, something like that.
No. They're going home, but it's their own fault, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Trust
It
me.
is.
Own fault,
is.
because I was watching the game and I was like, gee, no, please, no. I was more stressed than them.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah,
So
honestly.
they took the game as an easy game, and we took the game as a okay, let's do that.
We should be careful. Yeah.
We thought in our head, like winning yesterday, we thought we'd basically have a spot in the final because we didn't believe that Morocco could go again against us. Obviously, Romain Saïs is out against you guys probably, so that's a big loss for Morocco. But we looked at this as like, this is the semi-final. You beat France, and surely we can beat Morocco. And I'm not saying the players fought too far ahead because they didn't, but I feel like the players gave it everything, knowing that if you beat France here, this is the moment. And you know, Harry, like you said, Stu, you could talk about rest, you could talk about this.
Bro.
It doesn't get hard easier than this. 12 yards.
Everyone was
Get
laughing
it
at
on
us.
target.
Well,
and
I
you
was
make the
with
keeper
Swell.
save it.
We were the six of us on Soccer AM, and they did the score predictions, right? Swell said 2-1. Another lad said 2-1. I said 2-1 extra time. I said extra time and 2-1 France because I knew it will be a tough one.
Yeah.
So I said it will be a tough one, a tight one. So I said 2-1 extra time. Another lad said 2-1 or 3-1. They were all laughing at us like, come on, it's
Bro,
only
we
about
were there.
Mbappe.
And everyone was like, "You dreaming, man? It's never gonna
This is
happen."
England. This is coming
gonna
home. It's
be-
coming home.
He's
It's coming
here.
home.
The thing is,
Bro,
it's like that with the
chill.
media as well. It's like that with the media as well. Like they always defend the England players, and they always say they never really look. They never really spoke about it. They said we played very well. We should have won that game, but they never say the truth.
That's it. No, Paolo. That's a very interesting point, though. I like the fact that the English medias are always defending England and the English players.
Yeah.
That's normal. Like, you know,
Well,
in
they
France
should.
we are sometimes too critical with
Yeah,
our
they
own
should.
squad, our own players. So I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. But obviously, if you're a journalist, and especially a sport journalist, that you need to remain objective and don't overripe the stuff. You know what I mean? So
No, like, I mean, when I
yeah.
was listening to the Portuguese commentary for the Portugal game, these Portuguese commentators, they don't give a toss. You know, I mean, they're going to say it how it is. You know, they're going to speak on who was poor, who was good, and I just see that every time. You know, and but one thing I will say as well: why are there so many Argentinian officials in that Portugal-Moroccan game? Did you guys see as well how many Argentinian officials there were? Anyway,
Yeah, I saw the Pepe interview. I saw the
They said
Pepe
it
interview as
before.
well.
Oh, Sahbi, I have a question for you.
So,
Do
man,
you think the game that's coming for us for France is gonna be tougher than the England game?
against Morocco.
I think France would suit us more than England. Because
Okay.
England is attacking wise. They have more that physique, which France I think doesn't use that much. Mbappe is a hell of a player, but I don't think he can use his strength, that speed, that explosiveness.
That's exactly what
switch-
England and the English said before that game.
No, but
They got
how was
That's exactly
Mbappe?
what they said.
Yeah, but Mbappe didn't really impress.
He was
like in
quiet.
other games, right?
You know
Yeah.
what? That's not true. You know what? Check the first goal. Obviously his side was completely blocked, right?
Yeah.
So what he did, middle, switch sides, and then he scores. He always finds a solution, mate. If you block his side, he's
He
gonna
was
go in
quite
the middle.
quiet still. I actually think we nullified him pretty well for the game.
On his side, yes. On his
Ty,
side,
I
yes.
agree. I agree. But the thing is, you guys focus on one guy.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Told you. Ty.
Chouameni is not a guy who should score.
No,
and
man,
he
yeah,
scored.
yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be able to score at all.
It was
He
wide
did.
open. It was wide open indeed.
Wide open for him.
Griezmann was wide open, and then
Yeah,
Chouameni.
yeah, I had an amazing
I thought
game.
Everybody
Griezmann-
is forgetting
I thought
about
Griezmann played
Griezmann.
well.
The other day I told you, we were talking here like 10 minutes about Mbappe after the first 2 goals he made. And after 10 minutes, I said, for me, the best one in France is Griezmann. He's becoming again the Griezmann from Atletico de Madrid with 24 goals.
Yesterday,
in La Liga.
Griezmann was like in fire. He
He's
was in
amazing.
fire.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. He's a playmaker. He arrives in defense. He arrives in the offense. He's everywhere. I love Griezmann right now. For me, he's the key player in France. You know, Chouameni is a great player, and as you said, he never made a goal, and he arrives in a position where he can shot and made a goal so easily. So that's a real mistake from England.
The most
and
dangerous
when they got
player.
the chance to make the second goal, they didn't because France is too serious in defense. You got 4 guys there that maybe they don't keep the position, maybe they go farther than they should go, but they are always there. They arrive in time. They are so fast, so strong, and it's so hard to pass through them. So that's the big problem against France. So I think, for example, against Morocco, you will find a way, but it's gonna be so hard for you.
I think this
do-
game suits France as well with Morocco because I don't think France play control and possession football. They're kind of a team that grind like Morocco. So if you're looking
Counter
at
attack. We played only counter attack.
exactly counter transition
football.
football. You're looking at two teams that practically play kind of similar. And who have the more powerhouses to score goals, the
That's why
creativity. I think France win this 2-0 comfortable. Like,
I don't think so. That's why I don't think
so.
so.
I don't think
To be
so as
honest,
well.
Ty, I don't think it's gonna be an easy game. I think the game against England was not easy. Was tough. Was pretty solid on defense. But we will not have to do the same effort. So both teams gonna play counter-attack. Both teams. And the game is to score more goal than the other team.
And
I
France,
think we will see plenty of goals. Yeah, I agree with that.
but France will feel the pressure. France will feel the pressure to win the game. I mean, Morocco has nothing to lose, and France has
That's an
everything
interesting
to
point.
win.
Yeah, but if there's one team,
Have
if
so
there's
many
one team
players
that-
that can change the game with an action.
Say,
but if there's
Paolo.
one team that wants to grab possession of that game, it will be France. So I can see France dominating possession in that game.
And that's
Whether
what
they
Morocco
can
wants.
create enough to break down that defense is that
And
I'm not
that's
too
why-
sure.
This is
And
where
that's why-
Giroud. This is where it might be a perfect game for Giroud, though.
Exactly what I
Top
want to
player.
say.
He needs to
He
stay
will be the
around
most
the box.
dangerous. He will be the most dangerous player for France.
Yep.
Giroud, Ariel, he can be a real
Yeah.
threat.
That's the
Because
only way you beat Morocco, in my
That's the
opinion.
only way. the
Big
only
crosses,
way.
big
Long
crosses, and then
Long crosses.
good positioning. And he even tried. Have you seen? He even tried the Scorpio kick at the beginning. You see, he
Yeah,
failed
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, he's
He
good
was-
at it. He's good at it.
Yeah, he was too
Yeah.
confident, but whatever.
You
So
guys, what
we
did
usually
you think about Maguire yesterday?
well, just a second. Before because we have 7 minutes left. Usually we do the score predictions for the next games on the Matchday website, but I have a little bit of a network issue as you can see today. But we'll do this together right now. So guys, scan the QR code on your screen, get involved, join the score prediction battle as well. At the end of the competition, there's a little bit of a prize to win as well. We'll announce this during the last show, so get involved. We were just discussing France Morocco, so I'm going to ask each one of you your score prediction.
Oh, he
Well,
jumped out.
let's go. Let's go with Ty first. Let's go with Ty first. Your
Okay.
score prediction for
Yeah,
France,
I'm
Morocco.
gonna go. I'm going 2-0 France.
2-0 France, solid, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about Croatia, Argentina?
Stu's back.
Stu, you back. Ty just did 2-0
Yeah,
France.
sorry, yeah. So Ty
2-0
said 2-0 France. What about Paulo?
Argentina, Croatia. I'm gonna go with 1-0 Argentina. Nothing exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What about you, Paulo?
I think France will win 1-0. Late goal, I think.
Okay.
I think Morocco will have to hang on. And
So
I think Croatia...
wait. No extra time, no penalties.
No,
nothing.
1-0. 1-0, 90 minutes. And Croatia, Argentina, I think this is going to go extra time penalties.
Ooh, I think so as well.
I think so. I think. Look, without Messi, Argentina, I'm sorry, they don't impress me at all. They really don't. And Croatia, I was very surprised with their performance against Brazil. Technical players, they're a bit slow, but they're very good in possession. Juranovic needs to have that game again of his life. And I'm going to say Croatia on penalties.
Wow, no Messi World Cup in the final.
Yeah, you know, that's interesting. You know, because Croatia, when they reach the penalties,
they barely lose. They barely lose.
Yeah, they barely lose in
their
penalty.
keeper is quality as well. The keeper is quality.
Yeah.
Okay, Victor.
Now I'm gonna say any prediction we can make about the semi-final of the World Cup, it's crap. So there's there's an ambience, such a match that we can't predict anything on those matches. And I just want drama, so I'm gonna say 1-1, 2-2, everything on the kick out. Let's enjoy this game, guys. Let's enjoy
1-1, 2-2, and everything will go on penalties.
Sure. And then we got France Croatia in the final.
France Croatia final?
Yeah.
Again.
Woo.
Yes.
Wow.
I agree. Victor, I agree.
What about you, Swell, then? France, Morocco.
Because I got one say to say. We didn't speak about Argentina, but Argentina, they're thinking they already won the World Cup.
That's the thing.
So they're misvalorating Croatia and Luka Modric and Kovacic and Kramaric and all those teams. And
they will probably arrive in that game the way England arrived in the France game as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Swell, France, Morocco, score prediction.
For me, it's gonna be France, Morocco. For me, I'm biased because it's the only African team still in the competition.
Yeah, but you're supporting France, man. What the fuck?
No, I'm biased. No. I am supporting France, but I'm biased because if France win, that's the only chance. If Morocco was playing Argentina or Croatia, I would go 100% for Morocco. Now I think we go to penalties.
Okay.
I think that give us a hard time. And we go to penalty and we win on the penalties.
I have to say, if we go penalties, the Moroccan goalkeeper looks better than Yoris during this World Cup.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't want penalties personally.
I don't want it, but I think they're gonna give us a hard time. And Croatia, Argentina, I think Croatia is gonna make a massive game. I think they're waiting for just being to the final. So I think Croatia.
Yeah.
If they perform like they did against Brazil, I think they have a massive chance against Argentina.
Yeah, I think they're going under the 90 minutes. They would win the game.
Wow. Okay, Sahbi, France, Morocco.
France, Morocco. Well, I'm rooting for Morocco. Just for me, it's important to not concede a goal within the first 25-30 minutes. And if we proceed after that, I can see ourselves having a 1-1. And then penalties.
So penalties again.
I think they're gonna trap
again.
With the home crowd.
With Morocco though, Morocco have got Romain Saiss and Aguad, their two main centre backs out. I think that's big.
But I think they're gonna do the same game they did against Spain. They're gonna start to score, try to score at the beginning, and then concede a goal and then go to the penalties.
I'm sorry, Gonzalo Ramos will be a great player in the future, but it's not the same for a player from, I don't remember the team in France where he plays one of them and the other one is playing in Valladolid. In Spain, it's not the same playing against Gonzalo Ramos that playing against Mbappe, Giroud, Dembele, Griezmann. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
It's a big match for them, and hopefully they make through it because it would be historic,
Okay, on my end, I'm going for a 2-0. No, I'm going for a 2-0 France. I think we will dominate that game against Morocco. I think it will be a bit of a surprise for everyone because obviously everyone is at the same time, Sahbi, as you said, for Morocco now everything is about prove their point that they are really, it's like they already won. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I think we're gonna reach the final within the 90th minute. For 2-0 France, I'd say Giroud will score, and I see Griezmann scoring again. I think he will.
Can I say one thing though? I don't want to burst everyone's bubble, but I'm probably going to have a different opinion to a lot of other people. I don't mind Morocco going as far as they have, and I like it. It's nice to see an underdog. But I'm quite disappointed by the lineup of these semi-finals. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the World Cup's been a very good World Cup, but I would have wanted to see like an England versus Portugal semi-final and Argentina, Brazil. And I get it, like no disrespect to Morocco. It's great to see them go that far. But for me, when I look at the World Cup, I'm all about like the best and biggest matches at the World Cup.
So Ty, if I follow you right, wait.
So
if I follow you, the worst final for you, Ty, would be Argentina, Morocco.
Oh, Croatia, Morocco.
Yeah, I want a France-Argentina final just so I feel like it's got a World Cup final about it. Messi, Mbappe, young versus the old king. Like, do you know what I mean? But I just feel like if England had gone through and Portugal had, imagine we're sitting here discussing an England-Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, or even France-Portugal semi-final. Like, I just feel like we were so close to seeing iconic semi-finals, whereas now, like, it's great to see Morocco on the journey, but I'm like, I kind of wanted it to win because I wanted the big semi-finals.
I like new things. Change.
I think it's iconic for Morocco at the moment. You know?
It's
like big thing.
Would be historic.
It is, but I just feel like the game and the build-up of having a Portugal versus France or England Portugal, like I just feel like the best. I think it
will be Argentina France the final. So I think it's not going to go penalties. I don't think it will go penalties for Argentina Croatia. I think it will be a 2-1 Argentina.
I go for 3-1.
Obviously, I see Messi scoring as well.
Yeah, I see Messi scoring.
But I think it will be a Argentina France final. But I don't see us winning the final. I don't know why.
Messi lifting the World Cup. Imagine that's it. Cemented the best
ever. Remember, boys. Remember, if we do this, we'll be the first nation to win back-to-back World Cups.
Yeah,
Brazil did it. No, Brazil did it in the 70s.
No.
Yes, they already did it.
Did
Brazil.
they?
Yeah, they did it in the past.
Oh,
I thought no team done it since
something unique for sure.
62 maybe.
With Pele, I think with Pele.
With Pele.
Easy.
2 in a row. Yeah,
I think it's 60 years.
Do you know what? That's interesting because that means the French press is making it bigger than it is actually. Because the stat was in the French press as well, so that's a good one. Homework. Thanks for this. But yeah, if do you think if France is reaching out the final, do you think France can win that one?
Sure. Depending with who.
I will hope
whoever.
So. I would hope.
Okay, actually, as France fans, Swell and Stuart, who would you rather face in the final, Argentina or Croatia?
Argentina.
I won the same final of last year.
So you're both different. Okay.
Always.
Croatia will be complicated.
I want the same final of.
No, bro. It will go penalties. It will go penalties, man.
No, but Croatia played 2 games in a row, 120 minutes. I think it's too much. Especially when playing against Argentina.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a clear win for Argentina.
Now, last question before we leave and we wrap it up. Would you guys, because Swell and myself, we are the only ones left in this competition. So obviously we're backing up France. But who do you fancy winning that competition now? Paulo?
Morocco. No, I think you know what? It would be amazing to see Morocco win the World Cup. It would be incredible.
If that happens, bro, it will be a madness everywhere.
You know what it is? Like, it kind of humbled me because I went in there confident to beat Morocco, and they literally just reminded me of the 2016 Portugal team. Honestly, the way they played defensively, amazing. I do think France will have too much. I think we're going to see a France-Croatia final, and I think France will win it.
Okay. Victor?
Paulo said Morocco. I'm going to say Croatia. For a country with 4 million people, with less than 50 years history, winning the World Cup. Imagine this with 4 million people. So, and I'm supporting also Luka. So, let's see Croatia winning.
Okay.
But it would be something amazing. No matter Croatia or Morocco, would be something amazing because of the difference with the rest of the countries.
So no one wants Argentina or France to win it, basically. It's either Croatia or Morocco.
But it's the same when Real Madrid or PSG arrives in the semi-final. You want to win the little one,
Paulo just a bit, have a little aftertaste of yesterday.
Okay, fair enough. Sabi, I'm not gonna
think
ask you the
France- I think
question,
France
bro.
defend it. I'll be honest, short and
Not
sweet. I
needed.
think
Not
France.
needed.
No, I
Still.
know, Sabi,
Mm.
you, but you're now obviously
No.
backing up Morocco, so you'd love to see Morocco win that
Yeah.
one.
100%. Definitely.
And do you realistically, do you think that can happen?
At this moment, yeah, definitely. I mean, full confidence, especially if we beat France. I don't think anything can stop us. And as I said, it's mainly because of the home crowd.
Mm,
Without that home crowd, it would be a totally different story. But with the home crowd, anything can happen. It's a game on its own. I mean, Morocco is the underdog, but it remains. I mean,
It's like they're playing home all the time.
all the time, exactly. I mean, we saw it with Belgium, with Croatia, Spain, Portugal. I mean, France can go on top as well.
yeah, very true. Tai, I'm
Bro,
not gonna.
we are
You
on
know
top of
what,
his list.
Tai, I'm gonna ask you, who do you fancy now? But if I were you, I would love to be kicked out by the winner of the competition.
I think France. Yeah, I do.
So
I think France win it. I just think they'll have a bit too much. Like I said,
see,
you know
see
what?
I did? A little bit of.
I already
my-
thought France because you know what? I just think France just can win gritty, and in the World Cup, you sometimes just need to win that 90 minutes, and they can win that battle, man. So yeah, I think France are the ones now. I think beating England was like the biggest test because I think England, if England had gone through, I didn't want to say it, but I think we could have won the whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could.
Fair enough. All right, boys, that was a good one. I mean, that was an exciting one because pure madness happened in the previous game. So now let's see. I'd say, you know what, the next madness that can happen will not be Argentina, Croatia. I'd say, because if Croatia is getting qualified, it will not be the same as Morocco defeating France.
Yeah.
Morocco defeating France will be a madness.
Big.
Madness.
Yes.
Will be big. Yeah.
So let's see how it goes. So we have Tuesday Argentina, Croatia, Wednesday France, Morocco. Will probably do something on Thursday because the final will take place on Saturday.
Sunday, no?
Saturday.
Already?
No,
Oh,
Sunday.
no, yeah, no,
Sunday, 3
sorry,
o'clock.
Sunday
Sunday.
because
Saturdays for
no,
third
there is
place.
sorry, the third place playoff. They call it
On
now.
Saturday.
That is
Will
a
be on
disrespect.
Saturday.
Yeah, I hate that game. I've never
Bro.
watched one of them.
Third place playoff Saturday 4 p.m.
Losers
Bro,
final.
do you really want to play that game? Third place.
Oh,
Nah,
no.
that is a mockery, man.
You know what? You know, they're doing this for the for the peas,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So imagine like getting kicked out and then you coming back like to play for this third place. Like you're like, no, I just want to go home now. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, final as you said, Swell, Sunday 4 p.m. So yeah, we'll do something on Thursday.
4 p.m.
Yeah,
4
Thursday.
p.m. European time, and not UK time.
Yeah, 3 p.m. UK time.
3
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah. I forgot about Victor and Sahbi being in the European Union. But yeah, okay, cool. Boys, have a good one, and let's catch
Yeah.
up on Thursday. And subscribe to all those guys, by the way. Ty here, never a foul. Sahbi on We Talk Ajax. Paulo as well, he's a Man U fan. He's doing a great content around Manchester United as well. If you like that club, also Victor, massive Real Madrid fan. He's gonna create his own channel after that show, actually. And us Parisian Londoners representing PSG internationally in French, in Spanish, in Arabic, in English, all languages.
All languages.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good luck Wednesday, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Good luck, Sabi, as well. I can say it to you now.
Yeah, I was waiting.
That's a good operation for Sahbi though. But yeah. Okay, I speak on Thursday, boys. Have a good one.
See you later, guys.
Bye bye.
care,
Take
bye.
care. Bye.